Hi everyone, welcome back to Success in 12. My name is Robert Andrews and thank you for joining me for another episode. So today is day 257 of 366, and if you don't already know what Success in 12 is all about, basically it's about my journey from depression to success in just 12 months. And we're actually in day 265 right now, and so I'm a little bit behind on recording these vlogs, but I'll try to give you a good understanding as to what's happened through these days. Additionally, if you want to know more about Success in 12, visit SUCCESSIN12.com. That's SUCCESSIN12.com, and it'll give you a good insight as to what all my goals are, where I've come from, give you a real in-depth, general understanding as to what my journey is like, and give you sort of like just a good overview understanding. As if you want to have a greater understanding of a day-to-day basis of what I've done, with Success in 12, go to successin12.blogspot.com, or you can just touch the link from successin12.com to my blogs, and you'll be able to see every single day-to-day blog like you see before you right here. Now I'll quickly go through and give you the highlights of what's happening through these days. Now prior to today, and I think it was prior to today and a few days ago, I was really just reading out every single moment of time and telling you what I was doing, even if it was like me taking a shower and having a shave. Now that's not really something that's really that important. So what I'll do is I'll just read the most important parts. Like what I've noticed here is 9 o'clock I wake up, but it doesn't say anything about me, focusing on being thankful and, thinking about the day ahead and trying to create those visualizations of what I want to create. And so that's something I know that I can improve on, and something that I've said in the past 2 vlogs that I'm going to be improving on. Now I practiced that today, this morning, so it's not like I haven't implemented it straight away. It's just that because I'm that far behind actually recording these vlogs, that I'm not actually implementing what I see and what I say I'm going to do until the next day, which is so many days ahead. So that's why you don't see those changes as of yet, even though I've talked about them. So you can see that on day 255, that'll be that vlog that you'll see, that I've actually started to make that effort to do all those visualizations and make sure I do think about being thankful for my day, which is how I started today as well. And looking at this as well, I've made another observation. At 12:30 I'm doing a light workout, but I'm doing it for 1 hour and 38 minutes. It's not really good for me to spend that amount of time, even though it's fun, to spend time like exercising and playing basketball. Actually, I use it to relax and as a positive association to exercise, rather than just going to the gym, which I kind of find a little bit boring and monotonous sometimes, even if I'm switching from different routines. I mean, that does make it a little bit more interesting for me, but I find introducing a sport as well is actually so much more exciting and a lot more fun. Brings so much more fun association to almost an association to exercise too, and just creates that whole greater variance of what I'm doing. And I think it's also beneficial for your body as well to do all these different kinds of movements, as where if you're doing a lot of these exercises, generally you're doing very typical repetitive movements, and you're not doing you're not varying your movements quite as much as you probably could. Obviously I can do classes if I wanted to vary my movements as well at a gym. Maybe take something like a yoga class, or like one of those kickboxing classes or something like that, just to create that variation. But for me, what I do instead, I actually go out and play basketball. To me, this is not really beneficial for the goals that I'm trying to achieve. So one of them is actually being able to have the ability to jump up up to 300, actually get my hand 320 something centimeters high, and so that's the fingertips going that high, to be able to dunk a basketball ring. And the reason why I want to do that, not everyone's interested in basketball, but The reason why I want to do that is because I've always wanted to be able to do that. And even as a kid, I watched, people like Michael Jordan, Scottie Pippen, and a lot of other players. And I was a big fan, and I always wanted to be able to do these sort of things. And I was told because I was under 6 foot, that's just something ridiculous, and I shouldn't even try. And so that got in my head. And then, now that I'm 35, I'm realizing that I'm getting too old. I'm starting to get too old to be able to do a lot of these things. And if I don't do them now, I'll never be able to do them. So I thought to myself, okay, let me see if I can try to achieve this. It's in line partially with my other goals, and I can use that to motivate me to make sure that I'm healthier, because that's one of my goals, is actually to become a healthier person, and also to increase my strength and flexibility. Now I need all those things to be able to do to achieve this dunk. Probably not everything coincides with being able to achieve this goal of being able to dunk, but I can really, it really makes the whole those goals gives it a whole lot more energy, at least emotional energy, excitement for me to want to be able to do these, achieve these goals. So it's not just the fact of feeling great that I'm healthy, and knowing that I'm going to be older, and having so much more energy to do things when I'm older, as well as in the present. But on top of that, just to add more fuel to where I want to go, now I can be able to do things that I never thought was possible, and that makes it so much more exciting. And to for yourself, you can do that with your own goals, rather than just yes, you can think of all the reasons why achieving this particular goal will give you this and that, but you can also, on top of that, alter your goals or add another goal that incorporates a lot of different goals that you have and helps you achieve them all at once. And so I have probably the possibility of adding 4 of my goals to achieving the ability to dunk. And I'll explain that a little bit further when we're a little bit further ahead, or you can go visit SUCCESSIN12.com to understand what I'm trying to actually do. Now, as you can see, I've burnt 512 calories, and I had an average heart rate of 110 beats per minute. I had a peak rate of 136 beats per minute. Other than that, I'm just trying to build up my flexibility. As you can see, I'm doing stretches from 2:55 to 3:30, till 3:30. And I believe that's very important, because if you're wanting that great level of physical health, strength and flexibility, you need the flexibility component to make sure that you don't get injured if you're really making great demands on your body. And for me to train towards doing what I'm trying to achieve, I do need to put my body under a great deal of physical stress, and I will be doing that more and more regularly. And also, additionally, I've had a lot of injuries in the past, so it also benefits me to make sure it adds more insurance for me that I will actually achieve my goal, just by making sure that I'm just continually stretching and creating that flexibility. So as we look here, there doesn't really seem to be too much else. So I'm really just recording vlog day 253 on this day, and spending time with my girlfriend, and uploading the vlog as usual as well at 10:45. And 11:30, I actually watched a video on dunking exercises. So I'm getting educated on what it is I need to do, what exercises are recommended, and I'm really just trying to, in watching all these videos about dunking exercises, I'm really just trying to collaborate what patterns I see of them all together, and also get an understanding as to what can I do at my physical level at this point in time. Because if you know about my injuries, there are certain things that I feel like I can't do. So that's why I'm watching all those different videos. It's like, pick out the exercises that I can do and do them, and then sort of like try to build a program for myself. Now, if you want to understand what kind of program I'm actually using, I'll present that on SUCCESSIN12.com. So go to the website if you want to understand all those details. Now remember, that's not going to be up until the 21st of April. And if you want to understand day-to-day basis of SUCCESSIN12.com, SUCCESSIN12, go to SUCCESSIN12.blogspot.com. Anyway, thank you very much for joining me, and I'll see you again tomorrow. Thank you. Bye.